Good morning, everybody. What's going on? So this one right here gonna get some people hot under the collar, but as I always say, don't care. All right. Look, right now we got a whole lot of individuals out there that's upset. They upset about the promotion system. All right. Now look, I'm gonna throw a disclaimer out there before I even get started. All right. So the premise of my show is to bring people information and to talk about stuff, that people don't want to talk about. And I am not a fan. I am not a fan of people making excuses for themselves and feeling sorry. I'm not. Now, look, I get it. I get it. Now, we're talking about the promotion system. I get it. I get it that there were people in very specific situations where they didn't have the opportunity to attend school. But if it's one of those individuals out there that absolutely had the opportunity to go to school and they chose not to go, then guess what? I'm not mad at you, but just know that your choices have consequences. Like I talked about Sergeant Major Eric Dundo yesterday, talking about, you can't act your way into a problem and then talk your way out of it. This is this is the response. And this system that we got, it's not new. It just wasn't enforced very well after the war on terrorism kicked off. All right. So it has always been select, train, promote. It just, they reinvigorated the system. They called it something different, but that's the way that it's always been. But now we got individuals who are upset that they can't get promoted but when they had the opportunity to go, because before they came back, like there's always been an OML. There's always been an OML. We've always had an OML, but people council didn't want to go to school. I remember when I was an E5 in 2006, my first sergeant told me, he said, look, he said, what we got here? We having some technical difficulties here, but it'll be all right. So what he said was, he said, look, he was referring to the select, train, promote. He said, right now, everybody has the opportunity to go to school. He says you can go to whatever school you want to. Is this opportunity is not always going to be there. So I went to school. I went to school. Got back from deployments. First thing I did was I went to school. All right. Now, like I said, I get it. I absolutely get it. There are some people in situations where they couldn't go to school. Maybe you were in a unit that didn't allow you to go to school, and I get it, and we need to work that out. But this is to the individuals who chose not to go to school, or the individuals who chose to go to school, because there was a time where you would go to school, and if you didn't meet course standards, they would just drop you from the course. You didn't get a negative 1059 or anything. So what people would do was they would go to school. They knew that if they failed height and weight, or they failed whatever, the PT test, whatever, if they didn't want to go to school, they just go there and fail it, and they would get dropped from the course. They wouldn't get a negative 1059, and they're right back in the runners again. So now all of those individuals that went out there and chose not to go to school, they're being held accountable. That's what it is. Accountability is about the past. All right. So when we look at accountability, the word account's in there. An account is a log, a record of actions. All right. Now, if you look at a bank account, you put money in it, the account balance goes up. You take money out, the account balance goes down. All right. Now, with that being said, with that right there being said, it's a log. It's a log of actions. Responsibility is about in the moment. If you fail to be responsible in the moment when you had the opportunity, now you're at the mercy of the system. You gotta work through the OML, you gotta do all of that stuff. And look, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time for the system to self-correct. It's gonna take time for the system to self-correct. Like those OMLs, people got to go through those OMLs, people got to come out of school, all of that stuff has to happen. I got it. But like I said, if you had a extenuating circumstance or whatever, I got it. I understand. And just know that the system will work. It'll work itself out. But the individuals that chose to not to go, I don't know. You had the opportunity and you chose not to. So now You're being held accountable. HRC is holding people accountable and saying, hey, look, check this out. You're not going to get promoted until you go to school. And it sucks. It does. But our core is going to be better for it. Our core is going to be better for it because we have people that have went and got the training. And then I looked at the whole the corporal initiative. All right. And it's a lot of people that disagree with it. But when you really look at, what they're trying to do, they're basically saying, hey, look, these are the individuals who have been trained. We're gonna make them corporals, and I get it. Back in the day, it was like, oh, the only way you're a corporal is if you're in a non-commissioned officer slot, this, that, and the third. I get it. But look at it from this standpoint. Now we have a group of individuals, all right, that we know are schoolhouse trained, and we can give them extra reps they need before they actually pin sergeant, and now they become non-commissioned officers. That transitioning piece from becoming a junior enlisted soldier to a non-commissioned officer is going to be very deliberate now, if applied correctly. Now we know there's no question about who's been, who hasn't. There's a visual representation so that we know who has went and who hasn't. Now let me look at the comments. I don't want to ignore y'all comments. I see we got some stuff here. Um, all right. I don't want to be disrespectful. I appreciate the comments. Let's see what we got here. Uh, We're doing this for only master sergeants. They need to do this for sergeant first classes as well. And Rick, I got you, brother. I really do. And like I said, I understand that there's circumstances. Like you may have had somebody who was a drill sergeant for like 3 years and then turned around and got selected for recruiting duty for like another 3 years and then got on the deployment. I get that. I get that. And I think that we have people who are smart enough to be able to look at people's records and stuff like that and work that OML so we can work that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But the people that went to school, that worked the system, slipped through the cracks because they knew how the system was. I've got no sympathy for them, my brother. I really don't. But I hear what you're saying, and I think that's going to be addressed because right now there's a lot of pressure on the system. Um, but have a question: when it comes to SLC, do you have to meet time and grade requirements before being slotted for a school date? So you have the OML now, right? So everybody's going to get an OML number. Schools will be based off of the OML. So the lower your number is on the OML, the faster you will get into school. That's the way that uh the G1 Sergeant Major explained it to us when he came on and explained the whole new system and everything months and months ago. Uh Go over to Freestyle. There's a video there with Sergeant Major Clark explaining the system, and you'll see it all there. But that's going to be based upon your OML number. So this goes right back to performance. If you perform very well, and um, you have the things that you need to get promoted, then you'll be promoted. But well, not promoted, you'll be sent to school. And then once you go to school and you continue to perform and you keep that OML number, then you'll be selected for promotion when the need is there. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Somebody say they sent themselves a point. You were speaking truth. I've been telling folks the same thing. We just don't have the luxury of knowing our OML. If we weren't selected now, we know. Okay. Outstanding. Correct. I agree. Sergeant Major Strouder, what's going on? How you doing? Mega who? Mega what? Um, all right, my sister, I see you. And now they're getting passed up. Yep, that's right. They're getting passed up. Your career is in your hands if you choose to allow leadership to hold. Yep, that's another one. Like, and that's another thing too. Like, people will sit here and they will fight. They will fight for that rating that they need, but they won't fight to go to school. And the writing's on the wall. The army is in well, I ain't gonna even say the army. I'm gonna say the military is in a cycle. All right. Our job is to fight and win the nation's wars, right? So guess what happened when we're not at war? The writing's on the wall. All right. So if they're trying to retain talent, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to retain talent, and it's just like a seasonal job. If there's a seasonal job like tax season, for example, with these the personnel that go out there and they do your taxes, right? With those, when tax season comes around, they hire all these people to get taxes done. Guess what happens when tax season is over? Those people are let go. And it's the same thing with any other organization. So if you want to be a part of that pool of people where talent is retained, then you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. You got to get out there, get physically fit. You got to do that self development, do that institutional training. Get that education. Get out there and get that schooling done. Get that schooling done. Like we got to stop looking at schooling as a money thing when it comes to non-coms. We got to. As long as we sit here and we try to look at school as a money opportunity, it's going to be a problem. Now, look, I'm not even going to get into this whole conversation about how much officers get paid and how much enlisted get paid. What I'm speaking to right now, and I got it. Some people ain't gonna like it, but that's fine. It's okay. You can get your time whenever you want to. But right now it's my time. What I'm speaking to right now is that soldier in the motor pool that you go to and you ask them and you say, "Hey, are you in school?" And that soldier responds with, "I'm not smart enough." That's what I'm speaking to. That's the real problem that we have. It ain't about how much money you make. It's about building confidence in those that we lead. That's what it's about. I tell you what, you go to your junior soldiers and ask them if they go to college and see how they respond. If they respond with something like, "I'm not a good test taker," or "I'm not smart enough," or "I'm not this, I'm not that," what are we doing? We're building confidence, right? We're building confidence, but we keep telling the next generation that they don't need education. Do you know the definition of dang on intelligence? Intelligence, and the definition of intelligence is the ability to apply skills and knowledge. That's the definition of intelligence. The definition of education is that, a systematic way of obtaining knowledge. So the only way that we're going to improve intelligence, and that's what we need to improve, is through education. But yet we have our junior people out here saying they're not intelligent enough or they don't have the wits to go to school. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. What we're supposed to do as their leaders is we're supposed to prove to them that they can do it because they don't know what they can do yet. That's the job of a coach. That's the job of a leader. They don't know what they can do, but you've been further, you've seen more, and it is your job to take that little soldier and say, "Hey, look at here, killer. It's okay. All right, I understand. You haven't been exposed to the things that I have, but guess what? Big Sar got you. All right. I know a way around all of this stuff right here. You have unlocked potential that we're here to unlock. So let's do it. I'm gonna be here right with you the whole time. I'm gonna be here right with you the whole time. I'm gonna tell this story and I'm gonna get off because I know I'm probably getting on some people's nerves. But look, there was a gentleman that fell into a hole, right? This gentleman was a junior soldier, right? A little private PFC. He falls in this hole, right? And as he's in this hole, dang on, all these people start coming by, right? They start coming by, and he's screaming, "Help, help, help. I'm in this hole. Somebody help me out the hole." So a lieutenant comes over and he says, "Hey, what's going on down there?" He's like, "Hey, sir, I'm stuck in this hole. Can you help me get out?" And he's like, "Man, I ain't got no I ain't got nothing. I got some food, but I can't help you get out the hole. I don't know how to get you out the hole." He's like, "All right." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna throw you the food. I'm gonna try to find you some help." So he throw him some food down there. He gets the food. He's eating the food. And he's distraught. He's like, "Man, I'm stuck in this hole. I'm stuck in this hole. How am I gonna get out this hole?" Next person comes by. All right. This time it's another junior enlisted soldier. And he's like, "Hey man, I'm stuck in this hole. Can you help me out? Please help me out this hole. I'm so scared down here." And he says, "Well, you know, he's like, hey, I'm too weak to get you out the hole. I got a rope, but ain't nothing up here to tie it to. But I'm gonna throw it to you, and maybe somebody will come by and can grab the other end and help you out. I'm just not strong enough, but I'll give you what I got." So he throws the rope into the hole. Next person comes by is a sergeant. All right. That sergeant comes by and the sergeant says, he's like, "Hey, what's going on down there, Troop?" He said, "Sergeant, I'm stuck in this hole. I'm stuck and can't nobody get me out. There's all these people around this hole." So you know what that sergeant does? The sergeant jumps in the hole. And the soldier just like, "Sergeant, why did you jump in the hole?" He said, "Look at here, killer. I jumped in the hole because I know how to get you out. I was in this hole before. I know how to get you out. That's the job of a non-commissioned officer. A non-commissioned officer's job is to show them how to get out the hole. And we are not showing them how to get out of the hole by telling them they don't need education. We're not. And I'm not sitting here saying that everybody's intellect is going to be on Einstein's level. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we need to increase intelligence. That it is. And I'm not calling anybody dumb. I'm just saying that we need to increase intelligence. And the way that we increase intelligence is through education, whether it be on the job training, institutional, reading a book, self-development. All of these things are considered education. But we keep telling our next generation, the ones that's going to take our places, the ones who are supposed to be better than us, that they don't need education. That is a problem. We need to fix that ASAP. We need to fix that ASAP. I don't want to talk to another soldier and they tell me they are not smart enough to go to school, because I lived that life. When I was younger, that's what people told me. And I didn't start school until late. And I'm not upset. I'm not upset with them. I'm not angry. I'm just saying, now that I know better, I'm going to do better. And everybody that I can touch, I'll share this message with them. I'll share this message with them. All right. No soldier is beyond increasing their intelligence. Now, here's the other part of it too. Leadership goes two ways. If that individual does not want to increase their intelligence and they don't currently possess the intelligence, or they don't currently possess the things they need to be able to accomplish their job, and they're not willing to do that, leadership goes in two ways. As a leader, it may be my job to lead you to greatness or lead you out of service. Either way, I'm going to lead you to the best of my ability, whether that's to the door or whether that's to greatness. All right. All right. Look, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. Y'all do me a favor, share this message. We need to get the word out. We need to get the word out. Let's encourage our next generation to be better than us. It don't cost us nothing. It don't cost us nothing. Don't allow your pride to get in the way because you don't want somebody to be better than you. They need to be better than us, because these are the people that are going to close with and destroy the enemy, that's going to protect our borders, that's going to go out there and fight the nation's wars. We need them to be better than us. Remove your pride and pour it into them. All right? Okay, look, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I love y'all all. Look, you're important. You are significant. I mean, you are important. You matter, and don't let anybody make you feel as if you're insignificant. If you do get into the inbox, we got people here to help you. All right. The NCOPD live team is here to help you. Let's talk about it is here to help you. Hey, look, we got the shirts in. We got the shirts in. All right. So we're here to help you. Come on, get into the inbox. Let's all get together, help each other out, make the next generation better, and we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. All right. Look. Life is a choice. I'm depending on you to choose well. Oz here signing out. I'll be talking to you soon.